Hello everyone, it's me Shugufta and welcome back to our Python series with me. So in this video we talk about what is scatterplot, why we need it, and also we have seen the syntax of the scatterplot. Okay. So basically a scatterplot is like you need like here each point in the scatterplotting represent one observation of two different values. Like here in this case you have a one independent value and one is dependent on them. So, and why we need them? It's because they represent every data point into a dots, and so you can easily relate them or understand them. So, firstly, like we have to see what how the syntax it is and how can we write them. So here, first I'm writing the scatter plot. Okay, and the next thing is that I am writing the syntax of the, and then here, the first thing that you write is the x-axis, which is independent, and then dependent y. And now the next thing is that it's your like whatever color you want. Okay. So here I'm writing the color name. Okay. So now the next thing is that you have what marker style do you want? Like is it in dotted or whatever you want. So here the next thing is that slash marker style. Okay. And now the last next thing is the label, that what label you want to add on your graph or that like here I'm writing the label name. Okay, then close. Okay, now I am starting. So first thing that you do in every plotting is import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. Okay, now I am writing the first the x values which whatever you want. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 7, 8. Okay. And now like here like whatever you want, like here I am writing about like I am making a scenario like if someone asks me to find out or give me an analysis like a student which study about 1 hour, so can what marks they achieve, and a student that studied about 5 to 6 hours, so is the study hours affect on them or not. So the first thing that I am making here, I am changing the x to like or study, like a student which is studying on like 1 hour 2 hour. Okay, our study. Okay. And now the next thing is that is exam scores. Okay, which is equal to like someone got 50, 45, 67, 70, 75. Okay. Okay. So this is all the values. Okay, so now I am writing the syntax of a scatter like plt dot scatter. Okay, now the first thing that you are writing is here in our x-axis, which is or study. Studies. And now the next thing is exam studies. Okay. And now the next thing that whatever color I want, which is like here I want the green color. And now the next thing is that what marker you want. So here I am giving them the marker sign and the label, whatever you want. Like here I am like the key cap sign. Okay. So whatever you like. Okay. Now the last thing is the label, which is equal to like student data. Okay. Now the next thing is that here I am representing what my on x-axis x label and what my on y label, which is like in exercises I have write like or study, and in the y-axis I am giving them the scores, exam scores. Okay. Oh, I close the okay. Now the next thing is that whatever title you want to show them. So these are the basic steps. Okay. Relation between ors and scores. Okay. And now the next thing is that I want them to plt dot legend. Okay. In previous video, I told everything about why we use legend, why we use grid, and why we use title. Okay. So here I'm using the grid, and here I'm pressing the true to give me Okay. And now the last is the plt dot show. Okay, so now if I run the program, so if I zoom out, so you see we easily get a value. And here you can easily understand, like in the one, if a student study like 1 hour, they get a marks of 50, and if 2 hours, then 45, and it's 60, and you see a pattern. Similarly, we can do with groups of data. Like here you see there is one condition like in one. But if you have two types of group and you have to scatter or plot data, so you can easily do that. So for this, if I am taking the above example, like here, the first thing is I copy and I use them. Okay, and if I zoom it. Okay, so now the next thing that I am writing here is the two group. So for the first group, the syntax we write is that plt dot scatter. And here I am writing the list, which is like 1, 2, 3. And the next is the marks, that whatever marks us like group 1, okay, and 67, okay, and then close them. And then here I am, oh, not the close, because the next thing is that you are mentioned the color. So here the color that I want is like orange, okay. And now the marker label, which is the label equal to, like here I am labeling the class 1, okay, class A or class, like the sections that you have in your class. Like in, if I am studying the class 7, so there's two sections, class section A and section B. So here I'm writing. And now the next thing that everyone understand is that I am commenting, which is like group 1. Okay. Okay, so I'm writing the next syntax for my second group, plt dot scatter. Like if I have to, and here I am writing the list is 1, 2, 3. And now the values that I want to change something, like here I'm giving them 45, 60, 76, and 89. Okay. And now the next choice is that your color choice. So here, whatever color you want. So here I am giving them the blue color. Okay. And the label. So here I am using a label equal to class B. Okay. And then close the bracket. And now I am also commenting the group 2. Okay. Now the next thing is that I want to label which is my x-axis and which is my y-axis. So like in the above example that we do, so here I am labeling plt dot x label, and here I'm doing the ORs studied, and plt dot y label, and which is like exam score. Okay. And now what's the title I want? If I have, okay. And now the title I want is that plt dot title, which is a relationship between study time and scores, exam scores. Okay. Now I close the bracket. And now the next thing is that I am adding the plt dot legend. And now the next plt dot grid, which is like I am giving them the true. Now plt show. Okay. So this is a program where we made two groups like section A and section B, and their studies are, and then their marks, and we want to plot or scatter data. So when I run the program, so you see we get a value, and the grid gives us class A and class B and the title, and you see the pointed value which is like different. So you easily understand, like when the class 1 student, like 1 is get 50 marks, and the class B student which is less than 50 marks. So you easily understand it. Okay. So this is for the today video where we understand how do we scatter or plot data easily. So in the next video, we talk about furthermore, and in the next video, we talk about some advanced topic that are helpful for your machine learning, like the exploratory data analysis for that. So stay tuned for